Did you know Kodak Black's biggest rap beefs weren't always with strangers, but with the very people he once called family? From calling out legends to torching close bonds, Kodak's list of enemies is long and deeply personal. These aren't just Twitter jabs or clout-chasing stunts. They're about ego, loyalty, and betrayal set on fire.
So before you start getting your money and doing your shit and putting your people on, you kind of expect it like, damn, one of these people might betray me.
So if you've ever wondered who Kodak Black truly can't stand, well, here are 7 names. Let's start with number 7, a boogie with the hoodie. This one caught everyone off guard. There was no warning, no diss tracks, just an Instagram live that set the internet on fire. Kodak, slurring his words and clearly under the influence, went off about a boogie and even threw in Don Key for good measure.
And a boogie ass. And Don Q. I'm finna you fuck me up.
What made it even more surprising was their history. Kodak had previously appeared on a boogie's massive hit, Drowning. They had undeniable musical chemistry, and from the outside, genuine respect for each other. Fans thought they were cool. When Boogie was asked about it, he brushed it off like it was nothing, claiming there was no actual beef and that the whole thing was just internet nonsense.
Time you was up here, you and Kodak Black was kind of beefing, going back and forth.
Nah, we ain't never had no beef. It's all like when it looked like internet stuff, man.
But Kodak, he wasn't letting it slide. In another video, he revealed the real reason for his outburst. According to Kodak, the whole thing started after Hoodie's friend got shot.
So some shit had occurred. Well, 2 of their homeboys got shot and put in the hospital.
Kodak claimed that both Don Key and A Boogie assumed he had something to do with it, like he had a hand in the situation.
So them boys think I had something to do with it. You feel me?
And that, Kodak said, hurt him the most. He explained that every song he did with Boogie went platinum. There was history, there was loyalty, and to be accused without proof cut deep.
And that shit hurt my heart. Cause listen, every song I did with A Boogie, that shit went platinum.
Sometimes it's not the diss tracks or internet jabs that ruin friendships. It's the quiet assumptions and broken trust behind closed doors. And in the rap game, once that trust is gone, there's no going back. Next is number 6, NBA Youngboy. Now this wasn't just beef. It was a full-on roller coaster with more twists than a season of Power. Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy weren't just peers. At one point, they were seen as the future of street rap. In 2017, they dropped Water and Chosen One, 2 gritty melodic records that captured their raw pain and hunger. The chemistry was undeniable, and fans hoped the two would become a new generation duo. But behind all that harmony was tension just waiting to explode. In 2019, Quando Rondo, a close affiliate of Youngboy, publicly torched Kodak's Sniper Gang merch.
Man, we on some NBA shit, man. Tell Ethica don't send me this shit no more, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to have some real.
It wasn't just petty, it was symbolic. That same year, Youngboy reportedly started dating one of Kodak's ex-girlfriends, adding fuel to an already smoldering situation. Then, in 2020, while Kodak was locked up on federal charges, he accused Youngboy of snitching in connection with the infamous Yaya Mayweather stabbing incident. "You a police-ass n***a," Kodak wrote from behind bars, and that post, it shattered whatever was left of their alliance. Youngboy went live in retaliation, firing back with, "This is watching me from a jail cell, he's on my d so bad."
Might get these be on my d so bad. These watch me from a jail cell, man.
What followed was a quiet war, subliminals in lyrics, petty shade, fans decoding every bar and tweet. Kodak dropped Dirty K, which many took as a direct shot. Youngboy returned with Step on You. The tension was thick and deafening. But just when everyone thought the beef was permanent, 2023 delivered a plot twist. The 2 rappers appeared on FaceTime together, laughing and joking about gumbo like none of it had ever happened. It was surreal, from disses to dinner jokes. Still, many fans weren't convinced. Was it a genuine moment of maturity or just damage control for the cameras? Which brings us to number 5 in Pooh Shiesty. This feud didn't come from betrayal. It came from identity, specifically Kodak's identity as the super gremlin. As Pooh Shiesty's buzz started growing, fans began associating him with cold-blooded energy, the brar ad-lib, and even the whole gremlin persona, something Kodak had long claimed as his own. For Kodak, it felt like history was being rewritten. He posted throwback pictures from 2016, flexing stacks of cash spread across his arms, his signature move, while making it crystal clear. I invented that.
Some shit posting money on the gram, I invented that. That's some crazy shit like that. Stop playing, little baby.
Pooh clapped back in his own IG story, calling Kodak lame and saying he'd lost all my respect. The post didn't last long, it was deleted, but the message stuck. Then came the Instagram Live, and Kodak didn't hold back. He made it clear on camera that the brar RRR sound and the gremlin energy people were praising Pooh Shiesty for. That all came from him. According to Kodak, that brr shit really be about us. We really run through shit here. It wasn't subtle, and fans immediately took sides.
That bird really be by like we were rushed, we ran over.
Kodak's message: there's only one gremlin, and it ain't Pooh. There were no diss tracks, no lyrical battles, but the silence between them said everything. For Kodak, there's only room for one gremlin, and it's him. Moving on to number 4, Lil Wayne. This one, it's just sad. Kodak went from collaborating with Lil Wayne to publicly wishing death on him. Yes, literally. During a club performance at Miami's Live nightclub, Kodak paused the music and shouted, "Where Lil Wayne at? You f***ing maggot. You should have when you were a baby."
You maggot, you should have died when you was a baby.
That moment sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world. Wayne didn't respond, but his daughter, Reginae Carter, sure did. "This man be in his own world, so leave him the fuck alone," she tweeted. Kodak, under pressure from the backlash, responded in a follow-up video where he insisted the comments weren't aimed at Reginae, or even about Lil Wayne in the first place.
Nobody ain't say nothing to that little girl. First of all, nobody ain't say nothing to your dad. Nobody ain't say nothing about your daddy, so don't be coming at me like that. I ain't no shorty, I ain't no peewee, I ain't no peon.
The craziest part? Kodak and Wayne had once teamed up on Codeine Dreaming, a record that had fans excited about the old and new generations coming together, but the respect clearly wasn't mutual. And the truth is, Kodak had been throwing shade at Wayne for years. In 2016, he tweeted, "Wayne ain't the best rapper alive, I am." And in 2017, he said on IG Live, "Lil Wayne can eat his ass."
Lil Wayne can eat my ass.
Many chalked it up to ego, or Kodak trying to stir the pot for clout. But after that club comment, that bridge wasn't just burned, it was obliterated. Now, let's talk about number 3, Jackboy. This one cuts deeper than most, because it started in the trenches. Kodak and Jackboy weren't just collaborators, they were best friends, childhood friends, both Haitian, both from the same Florida projects, born months apart. Kodak founded Sniper Gang and gave Jackboy his first real shot. They were brothers in every sense, until 2021, when it all unraveled. Kodak came home from prison and accused Jackboy of not holding him down, owing him money, of starting beefs in his name. "I made $1 million off Lil Jack. Thanks, Lil Bruh," Kodak posted. "Ungrateful." Jackboy responded with class, but he didn't back down. "I already won. Bought my mom a house. I ain't finna beef with my brother on the internet." For a moment, there was hope. Kodak tweeted an emotional post after the death of their mutual friend, Wiz the Wizard. "Let's use this as a wake-up call, Jackboy. Come give me a hug." But the hug never came. Instead, Jackboy dropped a diss track, Renegade, Closure. Kodak fired back with a post accusing Jackboy of faking his street cred. He even clowned Jackboy for getting locked up as a teenager for stealing from Sports Authority. By 2023, Jackboy was publicly challenging Kodak to a $2 million boxing match.
I will put up $2 million right now to fight Yak in the ring.
And the Brotherhood, dead and buried. Number 2 is Megan Thee Stallion. Now, this one wasn't about betrayal, it was about credit, and in Kodak's world, that might be even more important. Kodak has long insisted that he coined the now famous phrase, "Let me drive the boat," which Megan Thee Stallion later took and turned into a viral sensation. She used it in interviews, on red carpets, and even worked it into her lyrics. It became part of her brand, but Kodak, he wasn't feeling it.
And now I keep seeing everybody talking about Megan Thee Stallion came up with, "Let me drive the boat."
In a series of online posts, Kodak doubled down, demanding either $200,000 or a literal ride on the boat to make things right. When Megan didn't respond directly, he fired off a now-deleted tweet. "Made a whole career off of taking one little piece of my shit, and I be coming for my money." Megan clapped back subtly with a tweet of her own. "Don't mention me if you not a hottie." Fans were split. Some called Kodak bitter. Others said Megan should have acknowledged him. Because in hip-hop, a phrase isn't just slang, it's ownership. And to Kodak, that phrase was his. And finally, number 1, just lagged. This beef isn't just the oldest, it's the loudest. It started in 2019 when Kodak made those infamous comments about Lauren London after Nipsey Hussle's death. The internet was disgusted, but it was T.I., ever the self-appointed moral compass of Atlanta, who stepped in.
Kodak Black, you out of pocket. Fix that shit quickly, expeditiously.
Kodak clapped back in the way only Kodak could by turning expeditiously into a diss track title, and it didn't stop there. He took shots at T.I.'s wife Tiny, rapped about old heads not hitting on nothing, and accused T.I. of only defending Lauren London because he wanted her. Kodak Sack also lashed out at T.I.'s trap music museum, saying, "That be a museum. I ain't give y'all permission to put me up anyway." What made this beef different is that it felt generational. T.I. saw himself as a mentor, trying to guide Kodak away from trouble, but Kodak saw him as fake, preaching wisdom in public while thirsting in private. It wasn't just disrespect, it was rebellion, and it closed the book on any chance of Kodak and the old guard coexisting peacefully. So what do all these names, A Boogie, NBA Youngboy, Pooh Shiesty, Lil Wayne, Jackboy, Megan, and T.I., have in common? At first, it's ego, then it's pride, but underneath it all, it's about loyalty. Kodak doesn't just want fame, he wants respect, and when that respect isn't given, or worse, when it's betrayed, he doesn't hold back. He calls it out, publicly, loudly, and sometimes recklessly. Even after all these years, Kodak is still standing, still making hits, still being himself. So what do you think? Is Kodak just defending his legacy, or is he burning bridges just to watch them fall? Let us know in the comments, and stick around.